and welcome to Forex Rock's Qigong live online. This is the beginners program. If you're not sure if this is the first time you come here, I do an advanced program at an hour before this one at 9 Bali time. It's 10 Bali time now, but this is one that goes so there's an advanced and a beginners. So quite often I do is I associate the beginner's understanding with the advanced one I did before, and we were doing rotations before. And I just want to go back to how we articulate our body and how we can, with our mind, change our center of rotation of where we're rotating from. Yeah. But we'll bow first into the class. Good. Roll back onto your thumbs. So you have your thumbs touching your thighs. Then you bring your hands around. Left hand underneath, right hand on top. Two thumbs together. And then go. Make a fist with your left hand, cover it with your right. Then bring it towards your heart. Then down to your physical center, but it's below your navel. Yep. Now, if it's your first time on, if you want me to say hello, because I can't see who's online at the moment, if you want to, just type in and say hello, and I can write it out. Harold, good morning. I'm not sure whether you're on the advanced for today. I'm not sure if you will or not, but welcome anyway to this class. So we're doing rotations. We're doing the idea, the concept of rotation. We'll start with really simple ones, and we'll do the idea of how you rotate your arm. Yep, and so it's a Qigong. Remember, Qigong is about using the energy of your body. If I usually rotate my arm like that, what normally is I'm using ligaments and muscles and tendons to do that. I'm sending messages from my mind into my arm, and my arm's turning like that, which is normal, I think. But what we're trying to do, of course, is to send a message to our arm and get the energy to do it and get the tendons, muscles to relax and move the arm that way. And it feels very different than if I do it muscular. And if I do it energetically, it's just completely empty and just floats by itself. Yep. So to understand that principle, is first we're going to do is we're going to rotate the shoulder we're just turning the shoulder from backwards and forwards like that. And we're going to do it from the shoulder so you can feel the shoulder moving. Yeah. Now you might find the whole body moves when you do this. That's okay. So just shoulder backwards and forwards. Yep. To get that idea of that. Yep. Do the other arm so you can feel what it feels like. One will be easier to do than the other. If you've never done this before, it'll feel pretty weird. Weird's good. Yeah, good. We'll go back to the other arm. Now we're going to rotate it from the elbow. I'm going to turn my elbow backwards and forwards. So my focus is the elbow, not my shoulder anymore. The shoulder's just relaxed now. And I'm moving the arm. So it has a totally different feel to it. If you want to see the difference, go back to your shoulder one. And then do the elbow one. And you see the arm changes, how it feels. Good. Do the other one. Elbow, the other one. And just learning how to turn your elbow this way. Good. We'll go down the other side. Use your wrist. Turn your wrist to turn your arm. So you see, just by changing your intention and changing your thought pattern, my mind's talking to my wrist now, not talking to my elbow or my shoulder. And now I'm turning from the wrist. Yep. Good. Go to the other side. Think of the wrist. Turn from this. So this shows you how you can create your intention. Oh, Amanda, good morning. 2 in a row. You can rotate the wrist and you can feel the wrist turning because my intention's in the wrist, it's nowhere else. And I can feel the whole arm moving from the wrist. Yeah. So this just shows you how the intention can change. And just by changing the way you think or changing something else, you can have a very different outcome inside the body just by changing the focus. Now, finger. Think of rotating the finger. Now, you'll either be able to feel this or not, but I'm thinking of, use your index finger, and all I'm doing is thinking of turning my finger around. Now, of course, when I turn the finger, it's going to move the wrist, it's going to move the elbow, it's going to move the shoulder, but my focus is on twisting my finger around. Yeah? If you want to, you can have the idea of it stuck into the ground and rotate it sticking into the ground, and you're rotating, it's like digging a hole in the ground with your finger. Like if you were in the sand and you did this with your finger, it's that idea. And now my mind is right at the end of my finger, but the arm's still rotating because I'm thinking of the finger. Yeah, cool. Use the index finger on the other side. There you go. Cool. So all of those, primarily, unless you've done a lot of Qigong, that'll be done with muscles and tendons. So we're going to try and go back, and we're going to try and do it energetically without engaging it. Now, how you do it energetic is try and use as least amount of muscles as possible when you do the exercise. I'm going to start with our shoulder. Think to yourself, moving it with the least amount of muscles and tendons, and just think of moving the energy in the shoulder and do that there. As soon as you do that, of course, the movement will be less. You'll find you'll be less movement. but you'll feel your whole arm feels like it's empty. And try and do that, hardly using any muscles at all. Now that feels different again, yeah? Go the other side, just the shoulder, using the energy. And just dislocate's the wrong word. Disassociate, use that word. Disassociate your mind with the muscles and just think of the energy in your shoulder and the energy's rotating. Yeah? Good, get back to the other side. Elbow, just think of the energy in the elbows, moving the elbow around. As soon as you do that, the arm changes again. It feels really different and just use as less amount of muscle as possible. Just use the energy in your arm. So the arm gets lighter. Of course, the movements get smaller because the energy's, because we don't know if you can use the energy a lot, you could do a big one, but at this stage, it'll be smaller. Good. Elbow on the other side. Rotate the elbow using the energy. There you go. So it should feel really quite strange. You feel like your arm's almost floating, yeah? Good. Wrist on the other side, using the energy. It has a really strange feeling. Now you notice your shoulder is moving, but your shoulder, you're not doing anything with your shoulder. Your shoulder's just following what's happening with your wrist. Cool. Other side. This is how we're learning how to move our body energetically. Cool. And then the finger to the spine. And see, that's really different this time. If I just think of the energy turning my finger, it's very different than me using physical force. So all the Qigong exercises, well, I shouldn't say all the Qigong, lots of Qigong exercises, use arms, shoulders, wrists, articulation points in the body to exercise and to get all the energy moving through the joints, up and down the meridians. So the more relaxed the arm is, there you go, and just shake your arms out like that, good. So the more relaxed your arm is, it's logical if it's all relaxed and all the sinews and muscles are relaxed, the energy is going to move a lot smoother because there's no stiffness to sort of stop it. There's no stiffness to contract the energy. So the more relaxed it is, the more the energy moves. And when you were moving your arm, you felt your arms gets lighter, well, it actually gets heavier, but it gets lighter as in mass. It doesn't feel like you're using a lot of energy in your arms. It feels like the arm's just moving by itself. Yeah, cool. And that's the idea. So when we're doing that, if you're bringing the arms up, wave hands over the leg, and now you just think of the arm moving. And just think of the energy moving the arms, the energy moving the shoulders. The arms are a lot lighter now. Yeah, they sort of float a bit more. And that's the practice. It takes years to just completely let your arms go, let the energy go. Well, I shouldn't say that, because you could do it in one go if you knew how to let go your arms. And the energy would just float your arms by themselves. And they'd come down by themselves. And you're not doing that. The energy's moving it. It's just a practice. There's nothing supersonic about this. It's just a practice. When you lift your arms, bring them down. When I'm watching it, my arm floats by itself, and I'm not doing that. I'm just watching my arm move and then watch it go down, and I don't do that. The energy does it. I can't feel any muscle. There's no muscles engaged. It just comes up by itself. Now, I can't give you that experience of what that feels like. Oh, you can actually. I can tell you exactly what it feels like. When you were young and you stood in a door jamb, in the doorway, a wooden doorway, if you had wooden doorways, unless you're an Eskimo and you're living in an igloo, you can put your hands against the side of your igloo. Put your hand against the side of the wall. And you push your hands out that way, and you push out, and you're using muscles. And you push out, and you do this for about 30 seconds. You push out hard. And push. And most of you would have done this for your kids. And push. And then you step forward off of the door, and the arms just float up by themselves, yeah? Well, that's pretty much what it feels like. That's the easiest indication of what it feels like. And you'll get doing Qigong, and those arms will do exactly that by themselves, and they'll come down. So now you're controlling with your intention, your energy in your body, and you've turned off all the muscles. And the muscles are relaxed, and the energy's moving you instead. That's part of what happens with the Qigong, is this ability to control your energy and move your energy and change what's happening inside your body. We're changing just with intention by changing our focus from our elbow to our wrist to our finger, and the whole arm feels different every time we do that. Yeah. Good. So we're going to the whole body now. So if we think, we did this before, the rotation, you think of rotating from your hips, yeah, going from side to side in your hips, and there's lots of Qigong exercises that do this exercise. We'll do one of them shortly. Understand moving from your hips, yeah. And this exercise moves from the hips. Good? Good. And so we're rotating from that point. Think of your shoulders. Rotate from your shoulders instead, not your hips. And just let your hips relax and just move your shoulders from side to side. Good. And it feels different. Take your mind into your knees and move your knees back side and side. And so now the knees are rotating you, and the rest of it, your hips, your shoulders, head, everything else is relaxed, and just your knees are moving. Good. And then take it down to your ankles. Just move your ankles. Let your knees relax. Just move your ankles from side to side. And all the ligaments and tendons in your ankles start moving. And then you start doing that. Okay. Very good. If you're an advanced person and you've done, your kidney 1 point, which is on the bottom of your foot, which is a root that comes out into the ground, you can rotate on the kidney and get the root rotating. So it's not even your body rotating. You can rotate like that. Amanda, you know how to do this. So you just sit on your kidney points and rotate the roots underneath your foot, and then the whole body rotates on the kidney points, or the root coming down from the kidney points, not the kidney point itself. The root itself is turning, and then the whole tree's turning. Now the body's not doing anything. It's coming from external. Good. Same thing with your head. Now we're going to do the rotation from your head, and think the head's moving from side to side, and the body's following what your head's doing. So notice every time you do this, there's a different sensation inside the body. It feels different because you've changed your awareness, changed your intention. And all you're doing is learning how to move. And the Qigong exercises teach you how to take your mind into different places and turn or move in a different place, and learning how to move your intention inside your body. So anything can happen inside your body that happens from the Qigong teaches you this awareness and how to move your body energetically. Cool. And for a man, if you want to do your head string, this is the string that's on top of the barkway that comes from heaven, top of your head. You can have the head string moving from side to side, and your body doesn't. The body moves from your head string moves you. And that's even more freaky because now the whole body's moving, and you're not doing it at all. Something exterior is doing it. We had one from the ground, now we've got one from the top. This is yang and this is yin. So we have a yang head string, twisting from side to side, moving you from side to side. Just like that. There we go. Perfect. So this is how we do it. And so all we're doing is taking our mind into our body and losing our intention to move a part of our body that's moving the whole body, which is quite fascinating, isn't it? It's clever. It's clever. I didn't invent this, by the way. I've got to be that clever to do that. This has been worked out thousands of years ago, and the Qigong practitioners have worked out the body articulates. It only moves a certain way. You get to a certain place of your arm can't go any further that way. It just goes from there to there. But they know that, so then they've designed exercise that do the full articulation with the full movements without putting it into stress. It's like the hips can't go out that way. They can turn from side to side and go up and down. But there's certain things your knees can only go certain places before they get constriction stops them. I was looking at a contortionist yesterday. Raina, my son, was watching America's Got Talent, and watching this contortionist. My God, the guy was sitting there facing the back, and he turned completely around and was facing the back. It was really freaking. He turned around underneath his legs and was looking backwards. Anyway, but so there are people that can contort their bodies a lot more. It depends on the flexibility of your body, so how much you can turn that. But these exercises are designed to have all this movement. But the Qigong is about the energy. It's looking how to master the energy movement in your body, yeah, and how you do that. So it's an important piece. I'll give you an rotation exercise to do. We're going to go to the Ba Duan Jin exercises, Qigong system. And we'll do an exercise that's called Turn Behind and All Illnesses Dissipate. Yep. And we'll talk about this idea of, first of all, we're going to do it physically because that's probably what we'll do. We'll do it without me saying anything. And then we're going to try is not the word, we're going to attempt to practice, because I always remember Tony Robbins says, Yoda said it too, there is no try. You either do or you do not. There is no try. I think that's what Yoda said. And it's true, you either try something or you don't. Well, no, you either do it or you don't do it. Yeah. You can attempt to do something, but you can't try, because trying means that you're trying to do something while you're already doing it. It's a weird thing. I'll go with Yoda. Anyway, so the exercise starts, and one hand goes above your head, and the other hand's, the fingers all touch the thumb. They're all touching the thumb. Yeah, they all touch the thumb together because you want to link all the meridians in the fingers to the thumb so all of them together. And that's going to point up your back. So as I turn, one hand's going to be above my head and the other hand's behind my spine is going to go up my back. And I'll turn around so you can see that. So it's going to look like that. And I'm looking back. This is not going to touch the body. It's out from the body and it's pulling up my spine. And I'm looking towards the back. And then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to do the same the other way. And I'm looking towards the back. And his fingers are facing up the back, and this hand's above my head. Yep. Good. So we'll go from there. Then we breathe in as we go around, nice simple breath. And then we breathe out when we go to the back. Breathe in and out through the nose. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now, when you're doing this, you'll feel the stretch in your knees. You'll feel the stretch in your ankles. You'll feel all the ligaments and tendons moving in your hips. You'll feel the stretch in your back, breathing in and breathing out. Then you'll feel the stretch in your neck if you're looking backwards. You'll feel the stretch in your shoulders. All this is happening. Facing towards the back. Good. Breathing in and breathing out. Long, slow breath in, long, slow breath out. Good. Now just be aware of what it feels like in your body when you do this. Feel that what's happening in your knees, your ankles, your hips, your spine, your neck. Just be aware of it. Just watch it happening in your mind. Be aware of what's happening in your body. How it feels in your shoulders, how it feels with your neck, how it feels on your feet on the ground, and just monitor that. Good. And then come back round to the front, now that you know what that feels like, and we're going to change it. So now we're going to think of the same thing, but we're going to think of your head string on top of your head again, your head string. And your head string's turning, and it's turning your whole body. Your head string's turning your whole body, and let your whole body just be energy, and the head strings turn you for you. So you don't have to do it. Your head strings turn. It's like it's twisting one way and then twisting back. Yeah, it's twisting one way and twisting back. So you have this external, like a puppet string, like a string on the top, and it's twisting the puppet string one way on top of your head and then twisting it back. And so you're following what's happening with the twist of the string, yeah? And you let your body just relax, yeah? So we'll start right from the start though, from here. Yeah, we're going to go to the right side first. So turn and just feel it starting. Don't move until you start feeling it turning. And as it starts turning, then you move. And then bring the hands up looking towards the back. Good. Get to the back. And then feel it twisting around again. And as it twists, it moves you around. And just feel the body. It twists you all the way around to the other side. Looking towards the back. It twists you all the way around till you're looking towards the back again. Now just think of the head string moving you, nothing else. Just think of the head string turning and you're turning as the head string moves you. Feel the arms relax, feel the body relax, feel the spine relax, feel your knees relax, and it's just the head string moving. It's the only thing that's turning you. That's it, good. And then be aware of what it feels like in your body now. Just like you did before, but be aware of what it feels like now. Just keep thinking of your head string moving you, and then go into your body and feel what it feels like. And your body should feel a lot emptier. It should feel a lot quieter. And there should be a gentleness inside your body as well. It just floats. Feels great, eh? Breathing out when you go to the back. Breathe out slowly. Feel your head string turning, you breathing in. And then breathing out. Perfect exercise. Now this exercise is really good for balancing your emotions. It helps to balance all the 7 emotions. Also balances the 5 yin organs in your body. It's a very famous exercise. It's a great exercise. It's a great exercise to do if you're emotionally upset. This exercise is very good. You breathe in and you breathe out all the emotions as you face towards the back. Still feel the head strings moving you from side to side. Breathe long, slow in breath, long, slow out breath. And breathe out. Breathe in and out through your nose and breathe out the emotion through your nose with the belt breath. Okay, we'll do one more each side. And then bring the hand down. There you go. Well, notice how the hand just floats down by itself. If you move from side to side now really quietly, you just feel the energy's moving. You've taught yourself how to do this. And feel there's hardly any engagement of muscles, ligaments, the body's just turning from your head string. And your head string's driving this. When your head string's turning, it's almost like your body's turning and you're not doing it. The head string, the concept of the head string turning, external from your body, is moving your body. There you go. Perfect. Makes you feel very relaxed as well, doesn't it? Very cool. Enjoy that for the day. And if you get a bit stressed sometimes, think of the idea of your head string. And do this exercise, breathe in and breathe out, and just let it all go. Breathe it out as you breathe out. Breathe out all the emotional disturbances in the body and use that exercise. It's very famous for that. Have a beautiful day. We'll see you all next week. We'll a couple more days and it'll be Christmas. My son's putting our Christmas tree up. We've been away and my son's come back today. We're going to put our Christmas tree up. Maybe it'll be in the set next week. Have a good couple of weeks before Christmas. No stress. No stress before Christmas. Well, back onto your thumbs. Left hand underneath, right hand on top. 2 thumbs together. Gone. Fist with your left hand. Bring it towards your heart. And then bring it down to your physical center. Perfect. And then take a step back. And then bow to each other. And we'll see you all next week, okay? Bye-bye. Have a great week.